Let's begin a new sock knitting project. You will need your set of double-pointed knitting needles. I am using 2.25 millimeter needles and thin wool blend of white yarn. In the description, I will have for you the specifications for the yarn if you wanted to match it, but you probably have some nice wool blend yarn. Why use wool blend and not pure wool? That is a great choice for a sock project when you want to make a pair that you want to be able to wear often and wash in your regular machine washing and drying routine. These socks, we're going to start from the toes. So we need a little bit of a tail, 2 of our double-pointed needles, and we're going to learn a way of casting on for the toes, which is very different from casting on from the cuff. You're going to make a loop and put it over the top needle. Notice what it sits like here. Now I'm going to grab the 2 strands and put my index finger and thumb inside, making sure the yarn has this little twist. I don't want to do knot like this. Put your fingers in so it looks like that, okay? So now you're going to take the yarn from your thumb, from the back through the middle over the top. Yarn from your index finger under through the front to the back. From your thumb, from the back through the middle over top. From the front, under, middle. Look in the back. Do you get nice little purl stitch pattern? Let's do 2 more and we will know. Yes. However, notice that here we have alternating stitches, but here we have 2 on top. That's because we started with the wrong finger. So let's undo this. I want you to see things that can go wrong so that you can know what's happening when it does happen, especially on tricky cast-on methods like this one. It will happen for sure. Okay, so we're back to the loop on our needles. We want to make sure that there's this little twist. Put our fingers in. All right, now we go. Thumb goes up. Index finger goes from the front back. Look what happened. I have 2 next to each other here. Why? Let's try again. Let's try. Index finger goes from the front through the back. Thumb goes from the back through the front. Aha! Let's do it again correctly. Go back to the beginning. There's the twist. We're remembering the correct way. And by the way, you will learn in pattern books later and other projects, there are also various ways of casting on from the toes. This is the one we need for this specific project. Okay, so here we go. Have this twist. Index finger yarn under, from the front through. Thumb yarn from the back. Index from the front, thumb from the back, index from the front, thumb from the back and over, index under from the front, back and over, down front, back and over, down, front, back and over, down, front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want one more set. Back and over, down, front. Let's see what I did. Do you see how it looks like I have a purl row in the back? And I have stitches on top I could knit. I have stitches on the bottom I could knit. Now I'm going to take a knitting needle. I will come to the top. Now I will knit only from the top needle. This will be tricky. You have to be very careful. Knit 1. Knit 2. Don't lose the stitch from the bottom needle. Make sure you keep it in place. Pull on the tail to secure it. Knit 4. Here it helps a lot if you push the needle out and push your working needle in so that the bottom needle does not lose any stitches. Keep pulling on the tail to secure them. 1, 2, 3. Push the needle to push it out. Push her in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So gently push the top needle out. Make your way in. 5. You can do this. I know it's tricky. You may need to start over, and that's okay. 6. 2 more. You made it almost. 7. 1 more. Be very patient with yourself. You can do this challenge. 8. All right. It feels so good when you make it through. Then, okay, let me slow down. We just knitted across. We have the working needle in. Now we want to spin our work. So don't turn it. Spin it so that what was the bottom needle is now the top needle. And now we're going to knit those stitches. Let's do it again. So I just finished. I don't turn or flip, I spin. And now the bottom needle is the top needle. Now I need to carefully knit those stitches with the new working needle. Remember how I told you to wiggle the needle out instead of pulling the yarn so that you can keep things secure on the bottom stitch, on the bottom needle. 2. There's a little more room now because you already made 1 row. So this one is much easier, but still don't pull, but move the needle. 4. 5. Notice how I use my fingertip to push the needle gently. 6. 7. This one's going to stretch because that's the beginning of the work. That's the tail. So you're going to pull here and close it. Very nice. We're almost there. Okay, so now we have this little space. We will want to pick up a stitch there. So now, again, you're not flipping your work. You spin it 90 degrees. You see the space. You will take a new needle and you will pick up a stitch in the space between rows. I'm going to slow down so I can show you. We pick up one stitch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we're going to have this 1 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus 4, I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 1. I will pick that one up right here between the first 2 rows that I did. If you have a hard time like this with the working needle, sometimes there's very little space and you're not able to pull the yarn through, you can use the additional needle to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, we want to split these on 2 needles. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. I finished the round, and in the next round I need to add 1 here and 1 here to have a total of 20 stitches. So now I'm going to use this needle to pick up 1 stitch right between the rows here. Really trying to work slow. And if you've been knitting for a while, you will know that sometimes it's harder to be slow than fast. Okay, now I have 5 there. I'm starting the new round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now add 1 here. So you have to stretch it out if you have such thin yarn, and you will see it clearly. The space between the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we finished the round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our casting on is done. It's very tricky and challenging, but I hope you're up for the challenge. If you're here in this video, you probably are. So now we want to know where our round always starts. It's right here. We will want to keep knitting in the round and shaping for the toe section of the sock. That I will show you in the next video. We will do the toe shaping in the next video. I want to only show you the casting on here. If you're doing this for the first time, do not be frustrated if you have to start 4 or 5 times. It's absolutely okay. Be patient with yourself. You're going to enjoy knitting from toes up because it helps you have many options for sock designs that you don't have when you knit from the cuff down.